shout out to Lewis Bowden for predicting nothing this season.
I was closer than news in predicting.
So Lewis reckons, right, he said at the start of the season, Newcastle will finish above Arsenal. We said, no, that won't happen, Lewis. Now that they can't...
you phrased it a bit differently than that.
Now they cannot, by mathematics, finish above Arsenal... He's now saying, even though we were factually right,
Correct,
he's saying he was closer to being right than we were.
Yeah. I was, because they were laughing. I was called, in context, I was called a detriment to the show. He was saying, you think you can gain 30 points of Arsenal, all
Which
this
you didn't,
stuff.
but you haven't.
All I'm saying is, what I did essentially, there's 10 lottery numbers, I predicted 9 right. I predicted 9.
Does not
I
work.
predicted 9 lottery numbers correct.
So did you win the lottery? Exactly. Did you win the lottery?
I did not, but I was closer. But I was closer than you.
It's the final Super 6 round of the season. Woohoo! That means that it's your last chance to win the £250,000 jackpot until next season. This weekend Super 6 round is open and you can make your selections over on the app. While you're there, come and join our mini league. The code to join it is PTCH24, where you can also win a £100 classic football shirt voucher. So head to the Super 6 app for your free chance at the jackpot. Link in the description to sign up now. No, you won't, because we predicted it right.
We got all 10 numbers.
No, because mine was more outlandish. The probability of me being right was so crazy. The fact that I came that close is still a credit to me.
You've got a bit of credit for it. Yeah. It was probably
they can't see. They're acting as if it's equal odds. The odds were massively stacked against me. The fact it came this close, you can go fuck yourselves.
That's not how it works.
It's the same with the Jacob Murphy.
If the horse in second...
How many points did you get last season? Like 88 or something?
A lot. Yeah.
A lot. How many points you want at the minute? 71.
I said in the clip you have to take into account them dropping 20 points.
We said you weren't going to gain 30 points.
I said they would drop 20 points.
I said they dropped 20 points.
You haven't.
You're treating it as if both of them are even odds. I was so out of the odds were so stacked against me. The fact it came this close, you have to give credit to it. You have to.
What's hilarious is you say this, but you keep telling us you're better than Arsenal. You beat them all the time. So the odds are stacked
We do beat them all the time. 3-1.
You lost
3-1 this season.
You said you'd win yesterday
I'm proud of them. They overcame the demons and managed to get a result against out of form Newcastle.
Oh my God! But you can never be out of form because you think you're going to win every game.
Isak. We had no Joe Linton.
You're shameless, mate.
Arteta's using that exact excuse for them, saying, our injuries and red cards, we would have won the league. So Arteta can use that excuse, so can Newcastle.
Okay, well done, mate.
You
lost, mate.
That's what he was saying after the game.
Yeah, it was 1-0.
He was saying, we've done amazing this year.
Declan Rice scored a worldie and dunked on your head.
That also isn't what he said.
He was saying, we've done so well this year.
He said it's been a disappointing season.
He fucking didn't,
Yes, he did when he addressed the crowd. When he addressed the crowd, he said it's been a disappointing season.
On the interview on telly, he was saying, when you go off the injuries and red cards they've had an amazing season. They couldn't ask for more from the players. I'm like, ask them not to get sent off, probably, dickhead.
Whoa. You're really forcing this rivalry, mate, and it's not one. There's not one.
You brought it up. I was sat here nice and peaceful.
Nice.
I was.
So are you going to say sorry?
Yeah, apologise.
What all the shit you gave these?
You said you were going to apologise if we ended up
I'm sorry I didn't get the final lottery number. But unfortunately,
that wasn't very sincere.
I came very, very close.
Disgusting,
it's the same thing with the Jacob Murphy shout. I called it. When it comes
You didn't call it right. Don't keep saying you get close and it counts as it.
I predicted 12 goals this season. He's done 20 goals and assists combined. I'm taking a win 15. On that, unfortunately.
You predicted 15 Premier League goals.
It was 12 on the original Twitter.
How many has he got?
It was.
How many has he got?
8, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure, but 20 goals and assists.
He's got 8, hasn't he? He's
had a great season, but you didn't predict him to have a great season.
Crazy prediction.
You predicted him to get 15 on one, 12 on another, and both are wrong.
Yeah. It is going to hit, man. You know I came closer than you to getting right there.
No, you didn't.
I did. I predicted a fantastic season for Jacob Murphy.
You didn't. You actually didn't. You didn't say that. If you would have said that, we'd be going, you know what?
You said he's not even good enough for West Brom. You don't.
He wasn't.
You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed to even speak his name, mate.
Why?
You don't deserve to. You treat him like shit.
He was dog poo for us.
He's actually a dog shit team, and now he's in a good team with a proper manager. You've seen him fly.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Don't you want a new right winger though?
No. We got Jacob Murphy.
You're definitely going to sign a right winger.
For the first half, when he wasn't playing very well.
Remember when he said he wanted Isak sold?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Lou. Who do you think wins the Premier League first? Like next up?
Newcastle or Arsenal?
Out of the two teams, I
Right,
mean.
am I going to get shouted at as soon as? Can I just? I'm going to say my reasons for my answer before saying my answer.
Yeah.
I think if you.
I'll tell you the reasons. You're a fucking numbskull.
I just let me answer. You asked the question.
Yeah,
You
go
asked
on.
the question. I just asked for the space to answer. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Going off the trajectory of a certain club.
Yeah.
How fast they're improving, how another club is showing that they are struggling to ever get over that line of winning a trophy. And also considering now Newcastle haven't signed a player for the first team since 2023 and are still achieving this. That's a fact. We now have no financial fair play issues. Eddie Howe's said himself how this transfer window is going to be a huge one. We're going to change our wage structure and break through it.
Is he still
I think
talking?
Newcastle will win a Premier League trophy. If not next season, definitely before Arsenal, but maybe we're up there next season. Yeah.
Can I quickly ask? You said about the league. Arsenal can't get over the hump of. If Arsenal won the League Cup this season, would you have sat there and gone, "Fair enough, man, they're
Yeah.
winners"?
Yeah, but like they
no,
never.
there is no
genuinely like
way.
I'm
you
saying
would
it's
have
a
done that.
Mickey Mouse club. Fucking hell.
I've never been inside of that because the thing with my only problem is with the Europa League where the best teams aren't allowed to compete in the League Cup and FA Cup. Obviously, FA Cup's bigger, but all the best teams are in it. So everyone has you compete. If you win
They'll
that,
take
you're
it
against the
seriously
best
as well.
teams.
Yeah, they don't
So
rest
like for me, it's not as big as FA Cup, but it's a proper trophy. But the thing is, they'll never win one for the next 5 years.
Guys, it's a
They're not
proper
going to.
Right.
And you can say right, but you exited both of them early.
is
You
true,
bottled like
yeah.
3 title challenges. Of
didn't-
course,
they-
we're more
they-
likely.
They actually couldn't have exited
Wait.
the League Cup later, apart from the final.
No, the FA Cup. When did you leave?
You said exited
Against
both
Leicester.
early.
Oh, still.
They got the semi-final of the League Cup and the Champions
We're
League.
title challenges next year, full stop.
Yeah.
And you don't think Arsenal are?
I don't understand how you can
Wait,
laugh
do you
at
not
that.
think Arsenal title challenges next season?
Well, define a title challenger. You'll be about
Well, you
until
just said
it matters.
you said Newcastle are title challengers.
Yeah, we're
next
title
season.
challengers because
So-
we'll,
Do you want to know why?
we'll be there
Define
to the very end.
Do you know why you're not? Wait, hang on a second. No,
Sorry,
you told
go
me
on.
to define title challenges.
Okay, yeah.
So why are Arsenal not title challengers, but why are Newcastle?
Okay, here's it. Technically, Arsenal, in my opinion, are title challengers.
The somersaults you do to just make your own point is
Technically,
crazy.
Arsenal are title challengers in terms of being amongst it. But do I believe they'll ever win it? No, because you haven't got that in you.
Right.
And that's
And
simple.
you
And
have.
that's well, we've
More
won a
Premier League
trophy,
titles
yeah.
than Newcastle.
Oh my God, you've won a knockout trophy? What's that got to do with winning a league?
When it matters, we'll rise.
Like
when
yesterday.
it matters for them,
Like
they'll fall.
yesterday. Did you rise?
You could have
Did you rise?
You could,
Well,
if
still,
you won
that's
tomorrow,
fine.
you could have finished second in the Premier League.
Yeah, you bottled it, man.
Yes,
See, it's amazing how quickly our standards have risen. You know what I
see,
mean?
now you do
It's like
this.
it's amazing. Now Newcastle not finishing second on a trophy-winning
No,
season is a thing to put us down for.
saying that.
We've done amazing.
yourself in that fucking
You just held against us not finishing second.
You did
That's how
bottle second,
mental
though.
this world has become.
You're saying when it matters, you rise. It mattered yesterday and you didn't rise.
Yeah.
It's mad all season. We have risen all season. Our standard was to hit Champions League,
You could
not finish
finish sixth.
second.
Yeah, you might not even
We're
get
not going
Champions
to do
League.
that. We've
You might
already
not,
won a
mate.
trophy.
You said you weren't going to lose yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
You bottled it.
In my opinion, we
Joke.
weren't going to lose yesterday. We
I
lost
know,
that
yeah.
game.
And
But
in your
overall,
opinion, you're not
our
gonna
aim was
lose next week?
simply Champions League and a trophy. We are still well on course to do both those things. They've missed all of their targets this year, and you're comparing it as the same.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm asking why you're going to possibly finish on maximum 69 points. So how are you in the summer going to gain 20 points from the team you've
Because
got?
we can now spend money. We can now actually invest.
Right.
What's the main problem with Newcastle? It's our depth. If we
Well, you
and we haven't signed anyone for the first team genuinely since 2023.
Yeah.
All we've done since 2023 is get weaker and sell our depth off. Now we're finally able to invest strongly. And even Eddie Howe is not hiding from it. He said himself, "I'm not hiding from it. This is a big
He's in the meetings.
window for us."
In the
so
meetings.
I don't understand why it's a crazy idea. We've already
Because
shown
to
when
win
we
a
have our
league-
team, we can perform at this level.
To win a league, you've got to aim for like 90
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
You are not getting 90
huge-
points
yeah,
in the
it's a
Premier
huge
League.
20
step.
plus off.
It's a
Well, Arsenal
huge
tight-
step.
With Europe on the side, which you struggled with last year.
Yeah, that's a great point.
In other competitions, there's no way in hell
Keep going, Tom.
Newcastle
Oh, yeah.
are going to challenge for a league title.
Okay, are Arsenal title challenges this year? Were they title challenges?
Well, they were,
Yeah,
but they
at some
fell off.
point. Yeah.
Okay, they're going to finish like 4 or 5 points ahead of us, and that's without us adding in the summer. We're going to have a massive window. We are already
So
very.
so are
We've already
Arsenal.
We're talking
got this
Arsenal
far
fell off
up.
like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, it's not.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. We are.
What?
You're defining Arsenal as title challengers, and we're only like 5 points off them without
No,
this window.
because-
And then it's laughable to even think that we can be there.
at the
We
point that we
performed
were
on the
title
same level as
challenging,
Arsenal
no,
this
not now.
season.
We're not saying now. They obviously let go of the Premier League a few months ago, didn't they? And focused on the Champions League. Let's call a spade,
Yeah.
right? They've had injuries and all this, right? Which again happens. It's their own fault for not having the depth. I agree. In the summer, when they get all their players back and then they go and spend, they're already ahead of you. They're going to be way ahead of you.
Yeah.
And they've already been in that situation of challenging with better players.
Yeah.
They are better than you, whether you want to admit it or not.
I'm not saying that. I think though, because we've shown when we have our strongest 11, we can compete with any team in the league. We've simply shown that. The problem is depth. Now, what I'm saying here is purely down to if we recruit well. If we recruit well, we can be up there. Obviously, if we have a bad transfer window, we don't get the targets we want. I'll disagree with this when we start the season.
How many signings are you on about then?
I'm talking about it's more. We need a strong
you can win a
young
Premier League
centre
with
back.
Fabian Shaw at centre half?
Well, this is the place we're going to.
Do you?
This is where we're going to strengthen.
Do you think you can win a Premier League with Nick Pope in goal?
This is, again, you named two positions that we're aiming to strengthen in the window.
You think you can win
so
a Premier
it's dependent.
League so you think you can win a Premier League with Jacob Murphy at right wing?
Yes, definitely is Jacob Murphy. But yeah, we need a keeper. We need a young centre back, hopefully Garratt or maybe someone else knock him out. We're going to get some major signings this window. We've always had a wage structure that we've stuck to, so we never get the bigger players, and we're breaking that as well in this window. So it's not ludicrous to say at all. We've already shown we can perform at that level. I don't understand why to use it's mental.
Also, you got to think next season. Oh, it's all relative.
Chelsea.
City are going to be back big time next year.
I don't disagree. You disagree.
I don't think they'll win the league, but they're going to be back.
But even Arsenal this year had a bad league season overall.
Very.
Newcastle had a really good one, and they still finished above you.
Yeah.
So it's just
without even trying in the league for the last few months.
It's just it's so difficult to make that step.
It is like an outlandish thing to say, but I genuinely believe with a good window we can easily be up there, and I don't see why I shouldn't believe that. Looking at the season that we've had, especially in the second half, you have to remember we had such a bad slow start to this year where we were 12th at one point.
Yeah, but you can't afford to do that next year.
Yeah, we can. But that's what I mean. I've seen us at our high, and if we can get consistency there, there's no reason to think that we can't stay up and fight above. And that'll be their target next year. If we get Champions League now, that'll be the target.
You're back playing midweek though, mate.
You do talk about historically Arsenal bottle it, right? And historically, recent seasons, when you've been in Europe, you haven't been able to balance European football.
Yeah, you can't play twice a week.
Yeah, because of depth.
If you're going to go on the fact that you've been talking about Arsenal, then it would show that next season is probably going to be the same.
No, but that's what I'm saying about depth.
How many signings do you think you're going to make?
I think we'll make 3 major signings.
That's
we'll
not
get 3
enough.
No, it's enough for us. We'll get some like little signs. But if we're on about the significant differences,
3 big ones and a few little.
We'll go into next year.
Carol Waterman.
We'll go into next year with a new starting centre back. It'll be Botman and someone else, and we'll have a new keeper.
Stay fit.
Yeah, that's an issue. That is an obviously an issue.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We know, yeah.
But luckily the new injury he's got it's separate to his ACL. It's like
Right,
yeah.
great news.
Generally, what I'm saying,
it's not the other bad one, it's the new bad one.
what I'm saying
He's
isn't even
actually so
mental.
familiar with knee injuries now.
What I'm saying isn't even mental. That will be their aim. If we get Champions League this year, it'll be let's see how close we get to that.
You don't do well when you have that.
There is no way in hell you will juggle Champions League and the Premier League with the squad with your depth.
Exactly.
Unless you make
Current depth.
10 signings. You're not going to make
Get
10
ready for a
signings.
big summer, baby.
You're not going to make that many signings.
We don't need 10 signings.
You do.
dickhead.
Our
seen it
team
before.
doesn't stay fit.
Who?
Isak gets injuries. Joe Linton gets injuries.
Isak's been pretty good this season.
Botman gets injuries.
Botman's only one.
Wilson.
Joe Linton's been in for most of the season.
Wilson's
going to be gone. He's going to be
Isaac was
replaced.
literally out last game with an injury.
Yeah, Lewis
Wait, so
Hall-
if Wilson's
like
gone,
small
You also
injuries.
get in. Look,
The only big
naturally
one's
teams
Botman.
get injuries.
If Wilson's
and that's
gone,
what
who's your backup striker?
you've got to cope with the
I can't win the way to win the
Especially
league.
the way they
Your
play
first.
as well.
Yeah,
Can't wait to win the league next
if
season.
Newcastle, if Bruno G got injured for like 2 months next
We
season.
don't know anything. We can say if Salah gets injured. You know what I mean? Like,
I
let's see.
know. They've got Diaz to come in. They've got Jota to
That's
come
why
in.
I'm saying we need good depth in this window.
I know, but
So
what are we
need
talking about? That in
amazing
one
depth.
window.
Yeah,
You need
find out.
amazing depth
We'll
that
find
takes
out, won't
ages
we?
to...
You're in the meetings, aren't you?
I am always in the meetings.
Honestly,
What I'm
Louis.
saying isn't even like
I
mental.
look, mate,
It genuinely isn't.
It's hope more than anything,
I
mate.
respect your hope, but
it
it's
is.
not really realistic.
Yeah.
I really think you'll be
It
surprised.
really isn't
I really
realistic.
do think
We
you're going to
already
be
know it's
surprised.
verging on delusion, but like, mate, you
I
just
honestly,
don't think it
I'm
through,
so
do you?
excited for next year because it's gonna be absolutely phenomenal window for us, and we'll see. But
Right,
I think
yeah,
you'll
we'll
genuinely be
see.
surprised. And I think, like, if we're honest, and take all the
what's
silliness.
frustrating is right. You've been saying for months and months and months. I just can't wait to the end of the season when we finish up with Arsenal. And then when you don't, there's always an excuse. And it's always wait till next season.
We came so
you
close.
never actually just go. Do you know what? Yeah, I've got
And
that wrong.
can we be honest? Can we be
honest?
honest about these transfers as well? When it comes to
We just
signing
ignoring your
players,
point.
Yeah.
and you can answer. When it comes to signing players, Newcastle are far more successful than most teams. Well, like Arsenal, when we sign a player, they actually are good.
Okay,
They'll
well,
actually
Arsenal
impact
signed
the team.
Declan Rice and
Havertz for 60 million.
he was
signed
probably
Havertz for 60
Arsenal's
mil.
best player.
No,
this
you're right.
season.
You're
You
gonna win
signed
the league.
Ramsdale for like 40.
I think you're going to win the league next year. You're right. Thank
Arsenal
you.
did sign Declan Rice, and he turned out to be a quality sign. He's had a great season here.
Yeah.
He's got 9 goals, 10 assists, and
Really?
yeah, do you remember a few months ago,
This
earlier in the
season?
season, he talked about how he's not getting the goals
Contributions,
and he stepped up, which is important.
Arteta
and
moved
they're
him,
important,
didn't
he?
important
Yeah.
goals.
He's an 8.
And he's one of the best eights in the world now.
Yeah.
Like that's not even bars
Oh, you know, he is.
aside.
I agree.
He absolutely
I
is.
completely agree.
So my question is,
Other than Bruno G, obviously.
yeah, what's my
Antonelli.
question?
Did you see
Is he Arsenal's most important player right now?
And Longstaff.
Who's
Is
Arsenal?
Declan Rice
today?
Arsenal's most important player, like over like the Bukayo Saka or Saliba?
No,
Gabriel?
it's still Saka, surely.
Yeah.
But
Star boy.
Rice did it
Yeah.
in the big games.
I know, but
Oh, but like even like the Madrid game, obviously
Saka
Rice
was still good.
Saka
No,
was
no,
quality.
The problem is our midfield can be quite disjointed at times, whereas
I think
Saka is
you-
always that consistent.
Yeah, you
running
can
talisman.
cope-ish.
But next
without
year, when
Rice.
you got-
You cannot cope without Saka.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't
There's
cope.
nothing going
Mendy's
for
in
it.
the 6 next year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
an upgrade.
It's
Rising
an
in the
upgrade.
8. What's the situation with Erdegaard?
I hope he turns up, mate. You just
think
got to
he
hope he has a
he's
good
got
summer.
it, but do you think
Odegaard's got the ability.
yeah,
he
yeah,
just-
yeah.
He's looked a bit sharper, I think, over the
he
last
had
couple
last
of
few
games.
games he had a
And
shot,
he's willing to shoot now
which
as
went
well.
really
which makes
far
a
over.
difference.
the bar.
But again,
Yeah.
look, this is what I've said. When it's not mattered, he's shown.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I'm
but he-
sick. I
I think
want
he
to
just-
see him put
I need
his
some- I
fucking
feel-
bollocks on the table
Do you know what
in
it
a
is?
big game.
I feel like someone needs to like before every game. Someone needs to fucking punch him, like anger him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like anger him.
Break a couple ribs of him.
That's it before the game. Break his leg.
Yeah.
No, but anger him up a little bit.
Martin.
Give me a bit of guile in there. Come on, Martin.
I'm hoping for your sake, Erdegaard, with a better striker and someone maybe
Yeah.
he can link with better.
Yeah.
You may see the because he links with Saka well.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he does when he's got that quality down the middle, maybe, and maybe on the left as well.
as well, yeah.
Because at the minute he's very right heavy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. But it's because Saka, like,
And also, I know Declan Rice does fill that channel on the left a lot as well, but he may move over more. He may be a
but
bit
I think
more
that's where
fluid
Arsenal
if
need
you
the
do have a
balance on the
better
left now. I think this season's important. We've got the DM we need. We need a striker. Obviously, we need a fucking striker.
Yeah.
Like that's a no-brainer. But I think we do need a left winger.
definitely need
Who
a
can
left winger.
balance Saka. Because at that
Definitely.
moment, there's the impact. Like Martinelli's had a good end of the season, but and
He'd be great off the bench as
He'd
well,
be great.
Martinelli.
Yeah. They're
He'd
not
be-
saying they're
so would
bad, but like,
Trossard.
we need someone the level of Saka.
Yeah,
Because it's so
definitely.
one-sided dominant. Teams now know double up on Saka.
They're not going to do anything on
Not
the
a good
left.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
free elsewhere, is it? Yeah.
Go and get Ollie Watkins and Rodrigo, and you'll win the league.
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
I think it's happening. I heard it on the grapevine.
Well, you were saying Eucharist just.
Yeah, I know, but Ollie
Either
Watkins.
or.
Yeah, both.
I think Watkins is better than
Contradict
Eucharist.
yourself in your
And he's
own
Premier League proven.
I just think Ollie Watkins, he just guarantees you goals.
But how much would that cost now? Because now Duran's
much.
gone.
He's
They have
quite
no
old.
strikers.
They
though.
offered
Isn't he
him
30?
They
Isn't he-
offered him to Arsenal, didn't they?
Yeah.
Isn't he
Was
30?
it?
70?
Did they? I thought they just went in for a.
50, 60 million. No, they offered him.
I don't know
Watkins
if
is
Ollie Watkins.
29 years old.
Yeah, that's.
You can probably get him
But you
cheaper
do need
now
to win
'cause
now.
they
You need
have
to win
sell.
now.
Wins you the league.
Yeah,
and they
you
like
need a win
yeah.
now, striker. You don't need to go
Would you
and get
get
some
Eucharist or
young.
Watkins?
Watkins.
Because he's proven.
Premier League proven, yeah, definitely.
I think he's a better player as well.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Eucharist. So
Eucharist was quite like when I watched him in the Championship, he was brilliant. But
First
He hasn't done it in the
championship.
Prem,
So was
though.
Dwight Gale, as we said earlier.
But he's got a lot of goal
and
contributions this year.
I have a thing
He's got
with
most in Europe.
a lot of Eucharist's goals. We said this about Haaland in fairness, but a lot of them do come on breaks, and he's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
powerful and fast in behind.
Really?
But
I
isn't
don't know.
really. I don't
Watkins,
watch
Watkins
kids
is
football.
quite, it's not exactly the same, but when I think of Watkins scoring goals, a lot of it is
He
like,
stretches the play, doesn't he?
running, but like, is he going to get that space?
Yeah, but he's
Playing for
also
Arsenal?
really. You've seen he can do it in games where
Yeah.
you have to break teams down and stuff. I think, and he links well. He
is really good. Every time I watch him
think
against us,
Watkins-
he's quality.
Yeah.
And he gets a lot of assists. You know,
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
get a lot of
Yeah.
assists. Yeah,
He won the
really-
Playmaker Award last season, I think, didn't he? He got like 15 assists in the Prem.
yeah, he
Fucking
did.
hell,
Yeah.
yeah, mate. Honestly, he gets
was a bit
over 10
jammy, but-
assists every year. Like
Yeah.
he's an Arsenal fan, which
Yeah, yes,
that helps
exactly.
maybe. And I think he does want to leave Villa by the start. He was fuming when he not long
And it's
ago.
a good English link for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Saka
I think
Watkins.
Watkins is the way to go personally.
Yeah.
Well, on that
Or
note,
Isak.